Well, hello there to everyone. This video message is intended for J.J. Abrams, the man in charge of the Star Trek reboot. And also, it's dedicated to all Star Trek fans like myself. I have a suggestion for a J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie if all the cast members from the reboot and other episodes such as Next Generation, Enterprise, Voyager, you name it. If everyone would just get on board, trust me, the fans will love this, and this will be a multi-million-dollar blockbuster, if not close to billion-dollar blockbuster. Here's my suggestion to J.J. Abrams. Okay, it's sad that in your reboot, the gentleman who played Pavel Chekhov in the reboot had passed away, and I'm sorry to hear that. However, though, in a YouTube series, what they call Star Trek Continues, there was another actor who did a fantastic job portraying Chekhov. And this was Wyatt Lenhart. W-Y-A-T-T, Lenhart, L-E-N-H-A-R-T. He did a fantastic job in the YouTube series Star Trek Continues. I suggest J.J. Abrams get with him to see if he might be interested. Also, too, for Scotty, rather than using Simon Pegg, you will remember in the original series, Jimmy Doohan, who played Scotty. And of course, he passed away. Well, his son, Chris Doohan, is still alive and is able to act. In fact, in the YouTube series Star Trek Continues, Chris Doohan, he played his late father's role as Scotty in Star Trek Continues. And I believe he would do a better job. Oh, okay, now, here's my suggestion to make the fourth movie, or even the fifth Star Trek movie, the best of the best ever. I'm talking about everybody getting paid big bucks, too, who actually participates. Listen carefully. My idea is this. You will recall from the last episode of Star Trek Voyager as to how an elderly Admiral Janeway, played by Catherine Mulgrew, she played a double role. She played an admiral and also her younger self as Captain Catherine Janeway. And of course, Admiral Janeway had used a stolen Klingon device to create a temporal portal for her to travel through time and to the Delta Quadrant, which is where Voyager was at. And of course, she helped Voyager to get home. So now, to bring everyone up to specs, here's my idea. And of course, trust me, you'll love it on account of I love it myself. If you will recall from Star Trek Enterprise, Scott Bakula, who played Captain Jonathan Archer, you will recall an actor, Matt Winston, who played Lieutenant Daniels. Lieutenant Daniels was a temporal agent. More than once, he would send Captain Archer and the Enterprise crew back in time to show they set forth things right. Now, my suggestion is this right here. Quite possibly, and of course, if everybody is willing to participate, have Matt Winston from Star Trek Enterprise to reprise this role again as Lieutenant Daniels. Except for that, him being a temporal agent, he travels into the future where he meets up with Admiral Janeway, played by Kate Mulgrew. And he tells her about the change in the timeline because of when, from the first Star Trek J.J. Abrams movie reboot, the humongous future Romulan ship came through a, lightning storm in space. And of course, USS Calvin had gotten destroyed. And so therefore, my advice is this right here. Have it to where Matt Winston, that is Lieutenant Daniels, he pays Admiral Janeway a visit. He tells her they need to reset the timeline. He tells her of everything that happens, to which she already has to be aware of it. And so, excuse me. And so therefore, have it to where he tells Admiral Janeway. So then, Admiral Janeway, she contacts Admiral Picard. Admiral Picard gets with Captain Riker from Star Trek Picard. All right. So anyway, they then contact Captain 7 of 9, who is now, according to Star Trek Picard, captain of the Starship Enterprise G, NCC 1701G. Her vessel, along with other vessels, travel back in time. And knowing what's going to happen, they somehow stop the USS Kelvin from approaching the lightning storm. And therefore, that being said, when that happens, the Enterprise G, along with other future Starfleet vessels, they basically intercept the humongous Romulan ship as it comes through the end of the wormhole, aka the lightning storm. And there's a fierce volley of like exchange fire. And the Romulan ship ends up getting destroyed. That way, George Kirk does not die in the first reboot. History has been changed. Number two, a lot else can happen as well. Spock's world, Vulcan, is not destroyed either, because according to the original series back in the 60s, Vulcan was never destroyed at all. So therefore, history was changed. So therefore, Vulcan ends up getting saved because of the future Federation ships from the future coming back in time. And then, of course, as a result of that, due to the change or the resetting of the timeline, the Enterprise gets changed too. J.J. Abrams, I'm sorry to say this, but yet the Enterprise in the Star Trek 1, 2, and 3 franchise reboot, they suck. Get back the original series model, even the bridge makeup, have it all change when the timeline has to be reset. Anyway, I hope you like my idea. Please give feedback to this. And I ask you to submit letters or whoever to J.J. Abrams, urging him to take my advice. Thank you and have a good day.